What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of The Evil Next Door. This film is directed by Danielsson and Oskar Mellander. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, as always, awesome. Hit that like button, as well as comment below any video that you watch, including this one. So, The Evil Next Door is this haunted house horror movie about this family that moves into this duplex. We have one side that looks like it caught on fire or has been run down for years. We have another side which is more modern, which is where the family moves into. And as this movie moves along, the son, as we see in a lot of these movies, starts to develop a friendship with something that is not there. He seems to develop a friendship with another kid, but where's the kid at? You know, as we see as this movie moves along, the stepmother in this movie starts to wonder, who is he talking to? What are these strange knocks? What exactly is going on in this house? And as the story moves along, we see more and more what exactly is going on. What is this entity that's living in this house, and what does it want to do with the boy? And so with that said, that's kind of all I want to give you, because if you've seen these movies before, you kind of know where it's going to go. But the question remains is, does the movie at least attempt to have fun with the ideologies and ideas and representation of what a horror haunted house type movie will do? And so watching this movie was an interesting one because, like I said, I've seen it a billion times before, but it's also a movie that's not only from Sweden, it's a movie that is attempting to throw in some kind of dramatic material with the kid who lost his mother through cancer and stuff like that. And it's also a movie that it hides a lot of its secrets. It doesn't show its cards very well, at least until towards the end of the movie. And even then, the whatever's in this house, we only see small bits and pieces. So it really gives you an sense and an unease, a very terrifying sensibility. And it's a movie that, even though I've seen a billion times before, it at least attempts to be somewhat interesting, somewhat original, somewhat unique. The entity that we see in the movie is very frightening, very scary. For most of the movie, it was a pretty terrifying event. You know, like I said, if you've seen these movies before, you might be used to them, but sometimes when a movie is unsettling, when it just shows you just enough to make you go, what was that? That's when, to me, when a movie works. That's when a movie is on point, when it's effective, because like something like Jaws or something like that, we barely see the shark through most of the movie until the very end of the movie, but we see just enough that we know that there's something there, that the way this entity moves and the way, it's positioned itself. There's a point in this movie where the door to the attic opens and the attic stairs fall down just on its own. There's some really interesting jump scares in this movie, which I'm not a big fan of jump scares. I think they're a little cheap and a little useless sometimes, but if done right and done well and kind of done a little bit unique, I think it does work in its own right. So there are points and there are jump scares where it feels just enough, just scary enough that it actually will make you kind of jump a little bit. And there's also points where she sets up a monitor and there's some really cool effects that they do with the monitor, like the baby monitor and stuff like that. So, but with that said, the atmosphere is quite, interesting. The whole fact that it's a duplex. So we have this two-face, one side really dark, one side really light. And to see them kind of converge on one another to almost feel like a portal into a different dimension is a lot of fun to watch. And I think that's also a high point for this movie that could be very samey. But overall, there's not really much else to talk about because you've seen these movies before. You know where this movie's going to lead. It doesn't necessarily mean that at point at the very end it's going to be the exact same, but at some point this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and eventually this is going to happen, and then at the very end it leaves open a very interesting kind of concept that I really enjoyed. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. It's a lot of fun. Yes, it's very much the same type of movie you've seen before, but it's done well, it's directed well, and I think the acting is pretty good in the movie. So with that said, that's going to be my take on The Evil Next Door. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, is this a movie that you're interested in watching? Have you heard of this movie before? Do you know the concepts, and do you like the concepts of these movies? Anyways, let me know in the comments. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like any of these videos, awesome. Hit that like button, and as always, see you guys on the next video. Peace out.